Everyone assumes that building massive wealth is directly tied to securing a massive paycheck. We think financial experts like Morgan Housel became legendary by figuring out secret ways to hustle harder and double their income overnight. We assume the only reason we are not rich yet is simply because our boss does not pay us enough. But Morgan Housel points out a dark, undeniable truth about modern wealth. Some of the highest earning professionals in the world are actually standing on the very edge of total financial ruin, completely paralyzed by debt. Society falsely believes that saving money is strictly a mathematical income problem. We are heavily conditioned to look at our empty bank accounts and say, "I will finally start saving when I make 100,000 USD a year." We believe that wealth is a magical finish line we automatically cross the moment our salary increases. We think a bigger paycheck will instantly cure our bad financial habits. But the truth is, if you cannot save money when you are broke, getting a massive raise is the fastest way to completely destroy your financial future. Before we dive in, remember this video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Welcome to TAFA Finance, where we explain investing concepts in a simple way. The concept we are talking about today is the income trap. Think of your personal finances like a large plastic bucket, and your income is the water flowing from a garden hose. Right now, your bucket has dozens of small holes drilled into the bottom. These holes are your impulsive spending habits, your lack of budgeting, and your desire for instant gratification. Society tells you the solution is to turn up the water pressure by getting a higher-paying job. But if you blast more water into a bucket full of holes, the bucket does not fill up. The water just violently sprays everywhere, creating a massive, uncontrollable mess. You cannot outturn a broken bucket. Let's look at the expectation versus reality trap that catches almost every modern professional working in the corporate world. Imagine a hardworking junior employee currently making 40,000 USD a year. They are completely stressed out. They have zero savings. They constantly tell themselves they are simply too poor to invest. They deeply believe that their only problem is their low salary. They make a solemn promise that the exact moment they get promoted and make 80,000 USD, they will aggressively save the difference and build their wealth. They finally get the massive promotion. They feel victorious. Here's the problem with that plan. Their brain immediately rewrites their entire definition of what is a necessity. They suddenly look at their perfectly functional apartment and decide it is too small for a manager. They upgrade to a luxury high-rise apartment. They look at their reliable used car and decide it does not fit their new corporate status. They finance a brand new 50,000 USD vehicle. They stop eating at cheap diners and start buying organic groceries and dining at premium steakhouses. Fast forward 10 years into the future. They are now an executive making a staggering 150,000 USD a year. But mathematically, their life is a complete disaster. They still have exactly 0 USD in their savings account. But now, the stakes are terrifyingly high. They have a massive mortgage, a crushing car payment, and thousands in credit card debt. They are mathematically poorer at 150,000 USD than they were at 40,000 USD because their financial liabilities grew much faster than their income. They fell perfectly into the income trap. Contrast this exhausting, miserable cycle with the approach of Morgan Housel. He deeply understood that building wealth has very little to do with your income or your intelligence, and absolutely everything to do with your behavior. He realized that wealth is actually what you do not see. Wealth is the luxury car you chose not to buy. Wealth is the expensive watch you chose not to wear. Wealth is the first-class ticket you downgraded to economy. Morgan Housel teaches that saving money is simply the gap between your ego and your income. When his own income began to skyrocket from his successful books and investments, he did something completely contrarian. He brutally froze his lifestyle. He and his wife kept their spending exactly the same as it was when they were making a fraction of the money. He refused to let his ego expand to match his bank account. Because he controlled his ego, his savings rate exploded. He did not need to make millions to become financially independent. He just needed to completely disconnect his self-worth from his spending habits. This is not just a philosophical theory. The real-world data behind high-income earners and poverty is absolutely terrifying. A massive financial survey conducted in the year 2022 by a major global consulting firm looked at the actual bank accounts of high-earning professionals. The researchers wanted to know what happens when people finally cross the six-figure threshold. The findings were devastating. The data proved that a staggering 51% of people earning over $100,000 a year are still living paycheck to paycheck. Let that sink in for a moment. More than half of the people you see driving luxury cars and wearing designer suits are one single missed paycheck away from total financial collapse. The data absolutely destroys the myth that a higher income automatically creates wealth. Here's the part that surprises almost everyone. A higher salary actually makes you statistically more likely to go completely bankrupt. When you are broke, the bank will not give you a loan. Your poverty literally protects you from toxic debt. But the moment you start making $100,000, the banks open the floodgates. They hand you premium credit cards. They approve you for massive mortgages. Your high income gives you the dangerous power to ruin your life with leverage. Why do smart, high-earning people stay permanently broke? It comes down to three deeply ingrained psychological traps that completely bypass human intelligence. First, Parkinson's law of finance. This is a cruel biological reality of the human brain. The law states that expenses will naturally expand to consume all available income. If you give a human being more resources, their brain automatically finds a way to consume those resources. When you make more money, your brain immediately starts noticing problems it previously ignored. Suddenly, your perfectly good couch feels uncomfortable. Your perfectly good phone feels slow. Your brain artificially manufactures new desires to match your new income, ensuring that your bank account remains perfectly empty. Second, the psychological entitlement trap. We tie our money directly to our emotional exhaustion. When you work 60 hours a week to earn that massive promotion, you feel deeply drained. Your primitive brain screams for reward to justify the suffering. You tell yourself, I worked incredibly hard for this. I absolutely deserve a luxury vacation. I deserve a $70,000 car. You use your hard work as a moral justification to completely destroy your financial future. You trade your long-term freedom for a short-term dopamine hit just to feel better about your stressful job. Third, the baseline reset phenomenon, also known as hedonic adaptation. When you upgrade your lifestyle, the human brain releases a massive spike of dopamine. You feel amazing driving your new car for exactly 2 months. But then your brain adapts. The luxury car becomes your new, boring normal. The dopamine completely fades. But the $800 monthly payment remains for the next 5 years. To get that feeling of success again, you have to buy something even more expensive. You are running on a treadmill that speeds up every single time your income increases. Here's the catch. Morgan Housel bypassed all of this biological programming by recognizing that financial success is not a hard science. It is a soft skill. He hacked his own psychology by treating his savings rate as a fixed, non-negotiable tax that he pays to his future self, rather than treating savings as the leftover crumbs at the end of the month. So how do you actually apply this to your own life? You cannot just rely on good intentions to stop spending. Your brain is biologically wired to consume every single make. You need a cold, hard system to protect your money from your own ego. Rule number 1, the 50% raise protocol. Decide that today you must establish a strict mechanical rule for every single time you make more money. Whenever you get a bonus, a promotion, or a tax refund, you are mathematically allowed to inflate your lifestyle with exactly half of the new money. If you get a 1,000 USD monthly raise, you can spend 500 USD on a nicer apartment or better food. But the other 500 USD must instantly disappear into your investment accounts. This satisfies your brain's biological need for a reward while simultaneously forcing your wealth to compound. Rule number 2, detach ego from consumption. Decide that today, stop using your physical possessions to signal your rank in the human tribe. Acknowledge that nobody actually cares about your luxury car. When you drive a 100,000 USD car, people do not look at you and admire you. They look at the car and imagine themselves driving it. Your expensive items do not buy you respect, they only buy you debt. Decide right now that your ultimate status symbol will be your liquid cash and your absolute freedom over your own schedule, not the logo on your steering wheel. Rule number 3, automate the percentage, not the amount. Decide that today, never rely on your daily manual willpower to save money. Willpower always fails when you are tired or stressed. You must set up an automated system that invests a strict percentage of your income, not a flat amount. If you commit to investing 20% of your income, the math scales perfectly. When you make 50,000 USD, it pulls the right amount. When you make 150,000 USD, it pulls the right amount. You completely remove the human element of choice, guaranteeing that your wealth grows perfectly in lockstep with your career. Big takeaway. The fastest way to stay permanently broke is to believe that the next promotion will magically fix your financial life. True wealth is not about how much money you can generate. True wealth is about how much of that money you can actually keep hidden from your own ego. If you cannot manage 40,000 USD, you will completely destroy 150,000 USD. Morgan Housel became incredibly wealthy, not because he earned the most, but because he successfully mastered the gap between his income and his desires. If you look at your past and realize you have completely inflated your lifestyle every time you got a raise, take a deep breath. Do not panic. You are not stupid. You are not a bad person with money. You are simply fighting against millions of years of human tribal evolution and a highly optimized consumer culture that literally profits off your financial insecurity. Acknowledging the income trap is the very first step to escaping it. You have the power to step off the treadmill and fix the holes in your bucket right now. If you found value in this breakdown, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so we can keep making these videos for you. Let me know down in the comments. What is one expensive thing you bought right after getting a raise that you deeply regret today? Be honest. I read every single one. Also, check out this other video on the screen right now where we break down another massive investing myth. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.